Well, what do you say, folks? Oh my goodness. What a cracker of a rugby game. The best game, hands down, of the 2023 Rugby World Cup. This one on display in the place of all places, the Stade de France, as you can see my backdrop right there. This photograph taken during the South Africa Ireland game on the 23rd of September from the top row. That's where I was sitting when I took this photograph. Well, this was absolutely amazing. What an incredible game. And you really have to feel for some of the Ireland players, not so much for Ireland, for they beat themselves. They let themselves down here. New Zealand won this game. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Don't infer incorrectly. New Zealand won this game. They really played quite well in great stretches, but Ireland let themselves down. Their stubbornness, refusing to take points on offer repeatedly, where New Zealand took those points. And of course, they lost by just 4 points, taking any of those 4 kicks that were makeable that they passed up and make them. And it's a different outcome potentially. But this game was really lost by defensive letdowns and breakdowns. That first try by Fainunga was never should have happened. It was a consequence of Bowden Barrett spotting something right in the middle of the defense, and he chipped the kick forward, chased it down. All the Irish players just stood there looking. The replay, you can look at Johnny Sexton just looking like, oh, he's going by. Not picking on Sexton, but they were all like that, like feet of clay, feet of lead. And it took one of the backs to get up there and make the tackle. But by then, because this is what the All Blacks do, the entire All Blacks team rushed up. And on that left side of the offense, they were lined up and they had the players and not enough Irish defenders. And they go through for a try. That try never should have happened. Never should have happened. And that proves to be decisive in this game. But what an incredible performance by Artie Savia, someone whom I thought was, absent without leave in this contest, in this pool stage. I didn't see much of anything out of Artie Savia in this pool stage for the games I saw. I didn't see all the games. I saw most of them for the All Blacks. But boy, he showed up last night. He was absolutely brilliant. He was a beast. He was a monster. Fantastic job. And credit to Richie Mo'unga, who also had a really good game and set up one of those tries. He was fantastic. On the Irish side, my heart goes out to a couple players who really played their heart out. Hugo Keenan, he put everything on the pitch. The guy had blood pouring from his forehead, his eyebrow, running down the pitch, opening space up, gaining a lot of meters. He really put a lot of effort into it. Tough break for Hugo Keenan. And then, of course, Jamison Gibson Park was stellar last night, and they brought him out late in the game. Still scratching my head on that. He's just trying to give people, credit. He wasn't out of gas. He was still playing well, but Jamison Gibson Park played very well, and I feel for him. And then finally, I feel really badly for Bundee Aki. Bundee Aki arguably had the best performance, in my view, of any player in this Rugby World Cup. He was absolutely stunning, amazing. He got it done. Aside from the intentionally collapsed maul in the game that I attended, Ireland, South Africa, I have no beef with Bundee Aki. You could see he's heartbroken. Tough break. He played really well. He played his heart out in this game as well. And it's really sad to see him go. But that's the way it goes. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to lose. Somebody moves on. Somebody goes home. And in this case, Ireland once again chokes and does not advance past the quarterfinal. This was arguably their best team ever in a quarterfinal, and they didn't get it done. Now, what happens next? Well, Johnny Sexton's international career, or world rugby career at least, is over. His final game, and he goes out never getting past the quarterfinal. It's got to be difficult and frustrating for a player of his caliber, his quality, who's been around for such a long time. But hey, them's the breaks, man. Sorry, Johnny. That's how it goes. Well, you could see the frustration and the anguish and despair of the Irish players as they lay on the pitch after the game, and the elation of the All Blacks, who now, unfortunately, have a head of steam and a lot of confidence. And that's not something you ever want New Zealand to have in rugby. A head of steam and a lot of confidence, because that makes them dangerous. They're always dangerous, but they're deadly when they reach that stage. Well, looks like they're probably going to get to the final unless they have a mental lapse in their next game, the semifinal. We can expect to see the All Blacks in the final. And who will they face? Who will they face? Will it be England or Fiji? Unlikely. Will it be France or South Africa? Probably one of those two. My bet's on the Springboks, and that's a sentimental vote and maybe a little hope. But let's see. The Springboks actually enter this game as the underdog. It's at home at the Stade de France with 80,000 screaming Frenchmen cheering for France, singing Allez les Bleus, Allez les Bleus, Allez les Bleus the whole time, and Marchand, Marchand, Marchand. That's all we'll be hearing throughout the game. It'll be hard to hear what's going on. Good luck, And wow, what a cracker of a game, this Ireland-New Zealand game. Ireland exits the World Cup once again, and New Zealand moves on. Congratulations to the All Blacks. Hopefully we'll get them in the final so we can defeat them. Cheers, everybody.